Hey, welcome to That's Good Sports. I'm Brandon. I no longer care about Jerry Judy footwork videos, Perna. It's that time of year again. Jerry Judy's insane footwork videos are going viral on Twitter again because there's no real NFL news to speak of at this point in May. Last year, though, this excited me. This year, my first thought was like, I'd rather see you work on your hands. That was the issue for you during your rookie season. You put defenders on skates all season. It was catching consistently that hindered your growth. My second thought was, dude, do not train off-site because if you get hurt, you ain't getting paid, especially by the Broncos. Teams around the league started minicamp this week, and we are being rewarded with sexy belly and quad pics. A player was duped into a fake tryout for the Falcons, which may have actually helped his pro chances. And Dan Campbell wants a pet lion to motivate his players. We'll talk about that today on That's Good Sports. Real quick, Patreon subscribers, we're doing our Zoom meeting Wednesday night. Wednesday the 19th. That is tomorrow. I've scheduled it on Patreon. You can check out the info there. That's Good Sports. Please do not subscribe to this YouTube channel. The United States government does not want you to subscribe here. Today's episode is sponsored by buyraycon.com/thatsgood, which will save you 15% when you use my link in the description. Raycon's noise isolating earbuds fit perfectly in my head. It's almost like co-founder Ray J snuck into my room when I was sleeping and took molds of my ears. Since I was not drafted to play in the NFL, again, I'll be using my Raycons to train like a beast, and to whisk my mind away while washing a never-ending train of baby bottles. You get 45 days to test out your Raycons. That's more time than it takes most football teams to end their playoff chances. Raycon's wireless earbuds come in a variety of colors that match whichever wigs you choose for your hot summer look. Those are totally my ears. Click my link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/thatsgood to get 15% off of Raycon earbuds, which are already half the price of other premium earhole speakers. All right, this is really important. We need a nickname for Falcons running back Mike Davis. And not just because his name is Mike Davis, but because this photo of him blew up all over Twitter today, and his quads make Saquon Barkley's sequoia tree trunks look like wavering palm trees. Where does this put Mike Davis in the quad conversation? To me, it moves him into the top spot ahead of Saquon Barkley and A.J. Dillon. Well, maybe the top spot. The question really is, are his quads more impressive than J.J. Watt's dick thighs? You thought I forgot about Watt's dick thighs, didn't you? If you get that reference, you've been around here for a while. Now, nobody gives a shit about an offensive lineman drafted in the 3rd round, but let me introduce all of you to the Denver Broncos sex god, Quinn Meinerz. That's the only time it's ever okay to say the word sex god and Meinerz in the same sentence, by the way. Look at that tummy, though. Oh, that belly wants to break free so badly. If Quinn Miner's stomach was a human being, it would be James Franco in 127 hours getting ready to cut off his own arm. Probably also shouldn't use the phrase sex and James Franco in the same paragraph anymore either. Even new division rival lineman Creed Humphrey is showing him love on Twitter. The only real news that comes from team minicamps, though, is injury news, which has been the Broncos' case, both bad, with Juwan James and wide receiver DaeSean Hamilton tearing their Achilles and ACLs off-site this offseason, which means the Broncos were able to release both players without any financial obligation. Now, if Jerry Jeudy did indeed get injured training off-site, the Broncos would still pay him, because unlike James and Hamilton, he's not expendable right now, and he's very affordable. That's the real issue. Star players can get hurt wherever they want, and their team will still pay them. It's the fringe guys who are in jeopardy. Now, that's not necessarily fair, but that's just the way it is. The shitty part for DaeSean Hamilton is the Broncos were close to trading him, reportedly to San Francisco, right before he tore his ACL. These are complicated financial issues and even more complicated ethical issues for the NFL to figure out, which is why it's really important to have a guy flash his belly all over the place to distract us from bigger issues. More Quinn Belly, please. So you're saying Joanne James and DaeSean Hamilton are getting screwed out of a lot of money? Yeah, but do we have more Quinn Miner's belly? Former first-round draft pick and wide receiver Kelvin Benjamin signed with the Giants as a tight end. It looks like he went out and had himself that one Popeye's biscuit.
You look at Kelvin Benjamin, guys. He's 6'5", he's 245 pounds. He's probably a Popeye's biscuit away from being a tight end.
And finally, there's a clear path for Colin Kaepernick. If Cap wants back into the league, all he needs to do is kneel down in front of a buffet line and start bulking up to play tight end. Tebow, Benjamin, and Kaepernick, the three leading tight ends in 2022. Here's what I don't understand. Tight end is a difficult position to play. Unless you're strictly a blocking tight end. I'd say next to quarterback and maybe left tackle, it's the hardest position for college players to transition to. Almost all of the great tight ends had very unimpressive rookie seasons. Tony Gonzalez, just 33 receptions his rookie year. Shannon Sharp didn't perform until year 3. Gronk is an outlier with 10 touchdowns, but he only had 42 catches his rookie year. George Kittle, 43 receptions as a rookie, just 2 touchdowns. These are some of the best to ever do it, and now it's the position old, washed-up players should be able to just pick up? That's crazy, but I'm all for it. But it makes no fucking sense. Like, no sense. Yeah, let's just get Kelvin Benjamin and Tim Tebow to learn the passing tree real quick, and then all of the blocking assignments for all of the run plays and all of the pass situations. And then they'll shine. Their old, aging bodies will shine. Here's a few players, though, I would like to see come back to the NFL as tight ends. Skinny Joe Thomas, Brock Osweiler, Jamarcus Russell, if he can slim down, and of course Dan Campbell as the only player coach in the league. What happens when all of your tight ends get injured? You channel your inner lion. You throw on some pads at halftime and you go out there and you do it yourself. How Dan Campbell became the first player coach since the Super Bowl era to lead a team to a 3-14 record. Now Dan Campbell appeared on Pardon My Take. Damn it, he just made me like him even more after he revealed he wanted a real pet lion to walk around with him at practice.
To literally just have a pet lion.
Yes.
Just a legit pet lion on a chain, a big ass chain, and he really is my pet. We just walk around the building, we go out to practice, we're in 7-on-7, we're behind the kicker when he's kicking, we're just
Would you give up an arm just to motivate your team?
Ooh,
possibly.
For Super Bowl. If I said, Dan Campbell, you are going to win a Super Bowl in Detroit.
Yes.
There it is. One arm.
Yes.
People don't know this, but Packers head coach Matt LaFleur tried the same thing. He walked around with the same hunk of cheese in his jockstrap all season as well. And it did help motivate the Packers. Whoever got beat in practice had to stick around and smell his moldy dick cheese until they puked. They were the only team who wanted to get COVID to lose their sense of taste and smell last year. Now, Dan Campbell would give up an arm for a Super Bowl. Mike Vrabel would give up his dick. Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowls, and he just won't give up. How is this guy dominating these bruising steeds of grizzled masculinity in the most testosterone-filled sport on earth? Answering that is like trying to figure out why someone who eats McDonald's and downs a 6-pack of Coke every day thinks the vaccine is a greater threat to their overall health. Now, Gardner Minshew turned 25 over the weekend. Just a reminder that the Jags appear to be content with wasting a year of his prime as a backup when he should be getting a legitimate chance to start. So in honor of his birthday, I'm going to list some teams where I think he would be an upgrade at starting quarterback. The New England Patriots, the Denver Broncos, the New York Jets, the Miami Dolphins, the Houston Texans, minus Deshaun Watson, the Indianapolis Colts, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Detroit Lions, the New York Giants, and the Philadelphia Eagles. That's 10 teams where I think he's better than the current starter. And yet the Jags will make him hold a clipboard this season? And now you know the real reason why I hate Urban Meyer and consider him a domestic terrorist. Here's a bizarre story from the world of catfishing. Per Adam Schefter, Juantarius Bryant, who played defensive back at Austin P, that's right, that's Austin P, was duped into traveling to Georgia for a tryout for the Falcons that did not exist. Your dreams are dead. Fooled you, Bryant. Fooled you. Sorry, I know this story is sad and messed up, but it reminds me of when Homer Simpson put police tape all around Ned Flanders' house to make him think his family was dead.
Fooled you, Flanders! Made you think your family was dead!
Apparently, someone with a 404 area code pretended to be Falcons defensive coordinator Dean Pease and tricked Bryant into thinking he had a tryout with the team at their rookie minicamp. Playing at Austin P in college and then Dean Pease in the pros is the most fluid transition possible. I was honestly more surprised to learn that Austin P was a real school than that some asshole would do this prank. I have my suspicions of who it may have been, but nobody knows who did it. The good news is that Bryant may actually get a look from an NFL team now because of this prank. So suck it, Jim. He's been invited by Hub Football for a May 23rd tryout. Now, Hub was founded by Don Yee as a path for players to get to the NFL. So this really ended like every episode of Punk'd. But instead of being smitten by how good-looking Ashton Kutcher is, you hope Dan Campbell deems you worthy of getting fucking eaten by a lion in the name of winning.
On command, you could train him, like if one of your groups isn't doing well, you could just take him over to their section and just have him take a dump right there in the middle of where their section is at.
And finally, the Green Bay Packers signed another quarterback this week. This time it's Kurt Benkert, which is pretty amazing. He is the only quarterback in the NFL whose name is the same forwards and backwards. Kurt Benkert. Kurt Benkert. A vocal palindrome, if you will. Also a terrific quarterback matchup in Super Bowl 43. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube as we try and figure out what to talk about for the next 3 months. If you leave me now, I don't know what I'll do. Just waiting for that Aaron Rodgers trade news. Just waiting for that Aaron Rodgers trade news. Just waiting for that Aaron Rodgers trade news.